as you said on Spectrum the other day. He said when he talked to us yesterday that he expects you to go for the MVP to set the tone, that LeBron has some of those accolades, but he sees that kind of growth process for you. Just want to get your thoughts on those comments and as you think about the whole big picture heading into this season.
Yeah, we are, does put himself into that big three, but he has a lot of high expectations for me. I have a lot of high expectations for myself, and as you guys know, him and Markieff are the two guys who, give me and Bron the most confidence in ourselves. And so, if Duz is always in my corner and he's always telling me, what are you gonna do next? How are you gonna stand out from the rest? So it's just good to have teammates like that who has your back and wants the best for you, want you to do great things constantly. So I'm glad Duz is back with us.
Okay, next up we're going to go to Bill Oram, please.
Hey, Anthony. Bill Oram from The Athletic. Congratulations on the contract as well. You took a lot of the drama out of where you were going out early in free agency, but obviously there were a lot of questions about the length of your contract and all that. I'm curious what made you want to sign a 5-year deal and commit long term as opposed to some of the other options that were on the table for you, presumably.
Yeah, it wasn't a matter of was I coming back or not. I think it was just more so figuring out the contract length, and I think sorry, Rob is calling me. I don't know why, but it was more so just trying to figure out what's best for me and my family, trying to figure out, do I want to do a long-term deal, short-term? I just, figured, this is the place I want to be. I don't plan on, anywhere. As you can see, I'll be here for the next 5 years. So I just thought it was best for me to just go ahead and lock it in. And it's tough not to be in LA and play for an organization, especially when you just won a championship, and a lot of people say the toughest championship that was to win. So I just wanted to be here. I want to be here. My family wants to be here. I love this organization. I love the coaching staff that we have. And they're always product on the floor to be able to compete for a championship. So I just figured why not be here.
Okay, Dave McMenamin.
Hey, Dave, what's going on, man? With ESPN. Can you just get more into the decision process and why 5 years? Because obviously you had some other options available to you to maybe go a couple of years and then come back into free agency when there could be a larger salary cap.
I thought about that, and that could have been a 2-year, 3-year deal. But like I said before, I want to be here long term. It's a great organization. I just felt like that was the best option for me. And then, I have to think about also, the reality of things too. I do have a little history with injuries. And a 2-year deal, you kind of bet on yourself. Do I get to that? God forbid, knock on wood, something happens. Things like that. So, you want to secure the most. I want to secure the most amount of years possible, and be here long term with this team. So I thought the 5-year deal was best for me in my situation.
Okay, Dan Wikey, please.
Hey, Dave, congrats on the deal. Lots of taco trucks to visit now in the next 5 years. So way to go. I want to ask you about kind of this season. No one's really been shy about talking about repeating. You guys are betting favorites. People have been like, you guys have talked about it. There's been turnover though on the roster. How do you think that's going to play out in terms of chemistry and also I think more importantly defensively? Are you guys going to be able to recapture kind of what you had on that side of the ball last year?
Yeah, we were a great defensive team last year, and a lot of our defensive guys had left. Doe, Dwight, DG, AB. you know, some of our top defensive guys, but I think we added great defensive players in their positions. You know, Dennis Schroeder is a pest on the ball. You know, Wes Matthews has been known as a defender. You know, Ben Guard, Marc Gasol, you know, DPOY. Trez is, you know, plays hard, you know, great defensively. So I think we're going to be great defensively this year, and that's what we lay our hats on. And I think that's what's going to help us, you know, repeat, you know, continue to be a defensive-minded team. And I think the guys that we brought in, you know, their roles on teams have been, you know, to lock down defensively and guard some of the best guys at their position. So coming here and you know, being a part of a team who wants to play defense, I think is going to help our team tremendously.
Thanks, Ben. Congrats again.
Thank you.
Okay, Kyle Goon, please.
Hey, D. Congratulations.
Thanks.
You talk about, you know, you want to be back in LA, and you were excited to have a long-term future with the Lakers. The 2-week span from the start of free agency to when you sign your deal, how did you kind of occupy your time? What was necessary about taking that length of time to consider your options, and are you kind of glad with the things that unfolded leading up to your 5-year deal?
It was just a lot of meetings with Rich, just talking about different options, and you know, like I said, the cap going up, cap might go down, you know, the new CBA, like all those things, just trying to figure out and get those numbers. So that was really just, you know, me and him having back and forth conversation, you know, constantly about, you know, what it'll look like for, you know, each situation, each scenario, over that 2-week span. And then, you know, going out, you know, also, you know, looking at the team, you know, adding the addition that we added, and things like that. So that's really what it was. And then was able to make a decision from there.
Okay, Brad Turner.
Brad Turner from the LA Times. Contract, man.
Thank you. Thanks, Brad.
Look, other than winning the NBA championship, what other moments stood out for you?
I think just the chemistry of the team, honestly. Like, I've been on a lot of teams. I've had a ton of teammates, and I think that this past year's team was the closest team I've ever been on. Like, the team that we had, that chemistry, you know, doing everything together on the road, you know, hanging out with each other in the bubble. I think that chemistry is what, you know, I love the most about our team. You know, 1 through 15, every guy likes each other. And that's something that's very rare on teams. You kind of have like little cliques here and there. But we were able to have all 15 guys buy into a system, buy into our chemistry. And that started all the way from day one when we were, you know, mini camp in Vegas. So I think that having that camaraderie with those guys was something special. And no, I enjoyed that most about that team.
Okay, Mark Medina, please.
Anthony, Mark Medina here, USA Today. Congrats on the deal. I hope you're hanging in there.
Thank you, Mark.
Hey, President Obama, when he and LeBron were chatting not too long ago, they had an exchange where Obama was saying to LeBron to let you do all the work, especially for first half of the season because of the tight turnaround and LeBron's age. I was wondering, how do you see that, and how do you and LeBron plan to tackle that, given, you know, you guys just won the title not too long?
I mean, I am a lot younger than LeBron, so I can see why, you know, President Obama would say something like that. But how are we going to tackle it? I'm not sure. I mean, you know, we're going to talk with the coaches, talk with the training staff, you know, our individual trainers, and figure out the best way to approach this season. Obviously, you know, both of us, you know, we want to play. But, you know, it is a quick turnaround. And, you know, we got to make sure that we're able to, you know, have our bodies healthy enough to you know, make sure that we're able to repeat. So we're going to have a conversation. We're going to sit down and try to figure it out. And, Hopefully it all ends well where we're able to get our rest, but at the same time, still go out there and compete.
Okay, Alan Sliwa.
Hey, AD, 710 ESPN. I just want to get your thoughts, your own personal goals for this upcoming season. Now that you do have a championship under your belt, can you just talk about if that changes and what are some of your goals as we get into this upcoming year?
It's really hard for me to kind of set goals like MVP, DPOY. I just kind of let that happen. I just like to let those things just fall into place. If I go out there and play the way I'm supposed to, and up to my potential, then those things just happen. But a goal is to win another championship. I want to be the head of our defense. My goals is to be on the floor as much as possible and not get injured. So those some little things that I love to set goals for myself. I don't like to do the MVP, DPOY, thing. Because if it comes, it comes. But it's more so staying on the floor. With my history of injury, so those type of things that I set goals for myself, and doing whatever I can do to help the team win.
Okay, we're going to take a few more. Mark Spears.
Hey, Anthony, congratulations. How odd is it to be a champ, but not to have a parade, not to be celebrated like
every other
a champion typically would be?
Yeah, it's great. I was just talking about that the other day. It's very weird. I was on the phone with Rich about even a ring ceremony. I was like, man, so there's no fans going to be there to, celebrate with us? And it was like, no. So it's just weird. You dream of winning a championship, having a parade, celebrating with the fans, and none of that happens, because of the pandemic that we're in. So I understand why it isn't happening, but it's definitely weird not to have a parade and have fans there celebrating with you, especially when, another LA team, the Dodgers have won too. So the city would have been even crazy. But it still doesn't take away the fact that we're champions. So as long as we get to keep holding on to that, then we're all good.
And then also, under the circumstances, is there anything about the bubble that you miss, or do you think it might be better to go back there?
I just saw a stat that I want to say 39 players has tested positive or something like that. So, that's one thing good about the bubble. We didn't really have to worry about, COVID as much because all the protocols and the health situation that they had set up for. So that's one thing I do miss. Because you just never know with the travel and, staying in a hotel, you just don't know, if they're doing everything they're supposed to keep everything protected and healthy and sanitized. And so I just know we didn't have any positive testing out of, 3.5 months. And, we have 39 already. So that's one thing I for sure miss about, being in the bubble.
Congrats on your deal.
Thank you.
Okay, Melissa Rowland.
Hey, Dee, congratulations. Speaking of team chemistry, what was your reaction to LeBron's contract extension, and how do you feel having, years and years and years together now?
I was excited for him. I mean, it's a hell of a deal. I mean, to begin, I told him, to begin that type of money and, going to the 18th year, it just doesn't happen. It doesn't happen, especially at his age. So, it's a testament to all the hard work that he's been putting in, year in and year out, taking care of his body, and he's able to, see the benefits from it. So, and then being able to have him, continuously play like that and put the team in situations to compete for championships. I'm just happy I'm able to be alongside that for 3 more years, because I'm not sure if he's going to be done or not after that.
Okay, and last question, Joe Vardon.
Hey, Anthony, Joe Varden from The Athletic. Mark Spears alluded to a little bit just how different and weird this is to be a champion but not be able to celebrate it. The other part of that is you had almost no offseason, which, there's nothing you could do about that. But now you have to gear up for a title defense. And is that something you can get excited about when, literally you just won a title and played the most important game of your life? Like, do you find that it might be a struggle to be as into a game early on after everything you just went through and no off season to kind of decompress?
If you wasn't a champion, I would say yes. But as a champion, you're gonna get everyone's best shot. Everyone's coming after you. You have a target on your back. So I think you're gonna find that motivation. I think we have a bunch of new guys too who want that, who want to compete for a championship, who wants to win a championship. So I think we'll be fine in that sense. But it is hard to go out there, in a quick turnaround to, compete at a high level and try to, reclaim the title again. But I think we have, the mindset, the coaching staff, the players that make sure that we're able to do so.